Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day today. First of all, I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year, and I hope your 2025 is going to be a lot better than your 2024. So blessings to everyone and good tidings, and hopefully you achieve all your New Year's resolutions. I would also like to thank everyone that supported the channel in 2024. The channel has grown significantly, and I really appreciate all of your support. You know, all the subscribers, everyone that engaged in the comment section. Really appreciate it. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing Rivian. Of course, 2024 just concluded, and throughout the news and headlines throughout the year, everyone was discussing whether or not Rivian is going to survive. And I'm sure that's still a topic of discussion somewhere. However, we just got the annual numbers in and also the fourth quarter numbers in, so we're going to discuss that. And we're also going to discuss Rivian's future going forward, 2025 and beyond. Of course, we have a new administration coming in, and they're talking about making a lot of moves that will have impacts on electric vehicles. And we're going to discuss how I believe Rivian is going to fare in this new environment. So let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, 2024 was a game changer for Rivian. And so we're going to dive in as to why Rivian is thriving right now. Their stock is up, is doing really great, and how upcoming changes is going to benefit Rivian. So first, we're going to discuss Rivian's 2024 sales overview. Of course, throughout the headlines, everyone was saying EVs are dead, people don't want them or anything like that. Of course, Rivian introduced the second generation vehicle, and they had to shut the production line down. And also they had challenges with component shortages that interrupted production, and you had the high interest rates and also high inflation rates in the presidential election. So considering all of that, Rivian delivered 51,579 vehicles in 2024, and that beat estimates, and that's also more vehicles than they delivered in 2023. So that's an awesome job. And also Rivian delivered 14,183 vehicles in Q4. And that beat everyone's expectations, and that shot the stock to the roof. And also Consumer Reports listed Rivian again for the second year running as the most satisfying vehicle. And as a Rivian owner, I have to agree. I have two Rivians, which is why I have two Rivians. And by far, they are the highest. And I'll show you this data here. But Rivian satisfaction score is a 5 out of 5. And I would have to say 5 out of 5 for me also, even including the issues I have with my Rivians. And with owner buy again, Rivian is at an 86%. The next closest is BMW at 73%. So that bodes really well. And I agree with this. My next vehicle will be a Rivian. Maybe a quad motor. We'll see. I'm really on that new quad motor. And I'm just waiting on the specs to come out and the pricing and see about my decision. And if it falls where I would like it, then I'm going to be putting in my order for the quad motor. I love my current Gen 1 quad motor. It's been a great vehicle. I mean, it's been awesome. It's going to be kind of hard to give it up because there's nothing really wrong with that vehicle. But I'm going to do this for you all. I'm going to do it for you because I care about my audience. And I'm going to go ahead and make a sacrifice and purchase this 1,025 horsepower vehicle that can do 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds because I care about you all so much. That's why I'm going to do it. And so again, Rivian, the satisfaction, the customer service, and I just made a video recently about Rivian coming out to the house to fix my battery, and it was awesome customer service that they provided, and I just hope in the future that they continue that because that was pretty awesome. So just to sum everything up for 2024 for Rivian, despite all the challenges they faced, they were still able to produce more vehicles, deliver more vehicles than they did in 2023. So awesome job there, Rivian. Outstanding. So now we're going to talk about 2025 going forward. All these changes that are coming in the political environment, what is it going to mean for electrification? More importantly, what is it going to mean for Rivian? Because we're just talking about Rivian today. And I'll talk about the entire EV industry later on. And if you didn't know, the electric vehicles did break a sales record again. 1.3 million electric vehicles were sold in America. And the previous year in 2023 was 1.2. And so despite the growth rate going down, the adoption rate is still going up. So I just wanted to put that in there. As far as growth for electric vehicles, we're going to talk about the removal of the EV tax credit. And this has been a topic of discussion and how it's going to impact the EV industry. And I know Tesla came out and said that they will be hurt, but it's going to hurt their competitors more. I disagree with that. I actually think Tesla is going to feel the most impact if these tax credits do in fact go away. And I think that Rivian will be impacted the least. Matter of fact, they're probably going to benefit the most if these tax credits do go away, and I'm going to explain why. And if you know the Trump administration, they proposed the removal of the EV tax credit, and they said they want to get on this as fast as possible. We'll see what happens. This will take congressional approval in order to get that change, and we'll just see how that works out. But just say if it does work out, how is that going to impact Rivian? I did a live stream a few weeks ago discussing why I believe that Tesla is going to be the automaker impacted the most if these tax credits are removed. And you can go and watch that video. I may link it in the description. But I'm going to discuss why I believe that Rivian won't be impacted, if at all. And out of all the automakers, they're going to feel the least impact, and they probably are going to benefit the most. So I'm going to take you to fueleconomy.gov. You're going to see that none of Rivian vehicles even qualify for the tax credit. However, all of Tesla vehicles do, including the Cybertruck. And so they're going to be the ones that feel the most impact, in my opinion. Also, Rivian buyers are more affluent. They have more disposable income. And so they will be least impacted if these tax credits are removed. And I would say a lot of them probably don't qualify for it anyway. However, there is the tax credit on the lease, which will have an impact on Rivian if they do remove that. I'm hoping that they keep that and get rid of the other tax credits, as I don't think they're good for EV depreciation, and I'm going to discuss that a little later on. Will it be an annoyance? Yes. But will it be a deal breaker? I don't think so. It wasn't in my case. Also, removing the tax credit is going to level the playing field for Rivian's competitors. It's just going to make it easier for them. So I think it's bode well for Rivian. I now believe because of their customer base and the price of their vehicles, they're going to be least impacted. And so that is why I believe that removal of the tax credit is going to have very little, if any, impact on Rivian. The Trump administration has indicated they wanted to lower the CAFE standards, and that's the corporate average fuel economy standard. So basically, it's the miles per gallon vehicles get across a manufacturer's entire fleet. And so what does that mean? And so these big automakers, they make all their profits off of big trucks and SUVs. And the reason we're going to have to produce a lot of these electric vehicles is because they increased the EPA standards so high. The emission standards were really high. And I'll show you a chart on how the CAFE standards have increased under the Biden administration. But what this has forced a lot of these automakers is the only way they can make these standards or to produce electric vehicles. But if President Trump lowers these CAFE standards, they won't have that burden anymore. And more than likely, they're going to start producing more trucks and SUVs, putting less emphasis on producing electric vehicles, and that's less competition for Rivian. And also, not only less competition, that's more carbon credits that they'll be able to sell, because these companies are going to want to sell these big old trucks and SUVs. In order to get away from penalties, they're going to have to purchase carbon credits. And that's more profits for Rivian, which is just going to bode better for them in the future. And also, Rivian received a $6.6 billion loan from the Department of Energy to build out the Georgia plant, that's where they're going to produce the R2. And this is going to be awesome for them. So this frees up more revenue for Rivian so they can continue to build out the R2 platform and also build out more service centers, increase their mobile service. I mean, just to really do a lot of great things to really ensure that they can be able to get these vehicles produced. The R2 is going to be smaller, more affordable vehicle, starting at around $45,000. And this is going to allow Rivian to really increase their volume, which will mean they'll be able to even sell more carbon credits. This is just going to be great for Rivian. And also the increased production is just going to ensure a stronger foothold on the market, especially if their competitors have decided to relax and take their foot off the gas as far as electric vehicle production, because the CAFE standards are lower. And another factor is less competition from the Tesla Cybertruck. You can get a Tesla Cybertruck today. They have them in inventory. And so I'm not sure what the future means for Tesla Cybertruck, but I really believe, and I said this a couple of years ago in the video that I made, that the demand is not going to be what they thought it was going to be. And I believe that demand is going to continue to reduce as we go along. And that's just less competition again for Rivian. Is when people make a choice between a Cybertruck because of the polarizing design and also the polarizing CEO. You have two options for a luxury, high-end truck. People are more likely going to go with the Rivian because that's the new baby on the block, the new shiny object. That is the new iPhone. And so just to give my closing thoughts, as we move into 2025, it's just going to bode well for Rivian. And, even have to say that when I kind of saw these indicators coming up, I said, let me go ahead and invest in this company because I see a lot of great things in their future. This is a company that has a lot of growth potential going into the future. I mean, man, with the R2, R3, the outstanding satisfaction rate for customers, I mean, it's just a beautiful vehicle, and I'm really excited for the future of Rivian. And let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to know what your thoughts are as far as Rivian in the future. Do you think some of the points I brought up, do you also agree with those points? Or do you have some counterpoints that you would like to offer as far as saying, no, Duke, I think Rivian is not going to make it because of XYZ? Let me know in the comment section. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me once again. And I can't wait to see you on the next video.